In today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I'll be investing £100 today using Trading 212 and more specifically their pies feature. And also, we will be reviewing how my portfolio is doing since I started this series. And at the end of this video, I'll be announcing the winner of my January cash giveaway. So, in today's video, I'm continuing the £100 monthly investments, but like you know, last month I actually changed things up a little bit because the trading platform that I use, Trading 212, has introduced a new feature called pies. So today I'll be taking a look at the dividend pie I created last week, but I'm also going to be creating a new pie today. Now over the last few months, on this series, I've been investing £100 into a Trading 212 ISA account. And if you don't have an account already and want to set one up, head over to www.ganesh.co.uk/trading212 in order to create your account. And Trading 212 will then give you a free stock worth up to £100 as soon as you deposit £1 into your Invest or ISA account. And I'll get one too. Now in past videos of this series, I've been splitting my £100 in a methodical way where I would put a third of my money into ETFs, or indexes like the FTSE 100 and the S&P 500. And then a third into dividend stocks, and finally a third into companies that I've been researching into a little bit. So let's take a look at how the overall portfolio is actually doing right now. So first of all, you might see that now I've got invested £698.76, which is actually £100 more than what I had invested last month. Now the reason for this was that I was having some problems with funding my dividend pie with the initial £100. So I actually ended up putting £200 in order to get the pie to invest successfully. However, let's just jump straight into the portfolio and look at everything in the portfolio right now. So we can see that currently we're at a return of 4.96%, which is a little bit of a dip. However, looking at the actual investments that we've done, we can see that, look, Amazon has gone down a little bit. Some of the dividend stocks that we have not performed too well. And I think that's something that we kind of already know, that some of these dividend stocks, obviously due to the nature of the pandemic, they're not going to be doing that great, but as long as they're still paying out the dividend, it still works out well on a dividend style portfolio. However, some of our However, the two ETFs is up 9.09% and the iShares S&P 500 is up 3.19%, which is pretty good. But as you can see, most of the dividend stocks that I did purchase have gone down in value, which is the reason for such a low return on investment at the moment. However, let's go back up to the top and let's jump into the actual pie itself to see what's happened. So we can see we've had a 4.27% decrease based off this individual pie itself. Now this month I'm not going to be touching the dividend pie at all. However, I am going to be creating a brand new pie with those two ETFs that I usually invest in and also some of the main companies that I have a genuine interest in and have been researching over since I started investing. So like I mentioned on the last video, the whole idea of pies was to help solve two major investing pain points: having a diversified portfolio and easily maintaining diversification balance in the long term as markets move up and down, and also making contributions to your portfolio without having to make complex calculations in order to allocate the right amount of money to each company or ETF that you own. And that's exactly what these pies do. So for this month, I'm going to put the full £100 straight into this new pie that I'm about to create. Okay, so let's start creating this new pie. So if I hit the plus button down here, then we're going to ETFs first because I want to add in those two indexes that I usually invest my money into. So first of all, the FTSE 100. So if we type in FTSE 100, we've got the iShares Core FTSE 100 is the one that I usually invest into. And then if we come out of that and we search for the S&P 500, add a space between the S&P 500, and the one that I usually actually invest into at the moment is the iShares Core S&P 500 GBX, so we'll add that one as well. Now I want to add those extra companies that I have a genuine interest in. Now, being someone who's quite heavily involved in the tech industry, it's something that I always follow, and I always know what's going on in the tech industry news. And so I am going to be looking at the group of stocks called the FANG stocks, and that follows Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. And then on top of that, I want to add in Tesla, because Tesla has always been a great company that I've always felt has got a lot more to offer. And on top of that, I also want to add in Disney as well, just because they're another company in the tech and movie world, and I just have a genuine passion for them. And I feel like as soon as the pandemic kind of blows over, Disney is then going to start growing again, especially with their acquisitions of Marvels and Star Wars, and also their new streaming system as well. There's got a lot more potential for Disney coming up. So let's go and find these stocks now. So let's go, I think most of them will be in most popular anyway. So yep, we've got Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Facebook. Now on top of that, I want to also add in Microsoft, because I think they're also another evergreen company that's always going to be doing really well. So we'll add Microsoft into that. And on top of this, I did mention I also wanted to add Disney as well. And so we've got Walt Disney here. Add that stock as well. And I think that's it for now that I want to keep inside this specific pie. So we can see at the bottom here, we've got 10 different instruments that we want to be investing in. So I'm going to hit enter there. And now we need to allocate what percentage we want to use for each of the different companies. So first of all, I want to go to those ETFs and indexes. And as we're using this pie as the proportion where I put 2/3 of my investment into, 1/2 of this pie is purely going to be for these ETFs. Therefore, I want to put 25% into each one of these. So 25% in the S&P 500 and 25% into the iShares Core FTSE 100. And we can see at the top right now, well, we're 30% over. So with the other 50%, we now have to divide that across 8 different companies. Now, I don't really have a preference from one company over the other, so I'm just going to go with a 6% on all of them. So that will take me up to 56%. And so let's just change all of them down to, bring them all down to 6%. So now I've got 2 more percent that I need to allocate. And personally, 1% is definitely going to Tesla, because they've always been a company since I started investing that's done really well. And then the other one I want to put towards Apple, actually, purely because they were actually one of the second companies that I've invested into. And so I've seen some great growth with Apple as well. So with Apple and Tesla, I'm going to have that extra 1% on them. But now we can see in total, we've got 100% all invested in here. And based off the pie and based off a 5-year historical market performance, we're actually seeing a potential 17.2% average annual return. If I get that, that's going to be amazing. But if I don't, I'm also fully aware that I'm happy with not getting this as well. So let me just hit next on this. It also mentions at the bottom here, minimum investment of 1667. Now, this is probably something I didn't look at when I was doing the dividend portfolio, because I had to top up my portfolio in order to cover the minimum investment in order to actually successfully invest into that dividend portfolio. So now for this specific pie, I only need 1667, but I'm going to be putting £100 fully into this anyway. So let's hit next. We don't want to use the auto invest because I don't want to get into that habit and then start incurring charges after I hit that £2,000 threshold, where then it'll start charging me a 0.7%. So I want to start getting into the habit of manually doing this on a monthly basis, and so that I don't forget to actually do this every month. And also I don't forget to turn off the auto invest once I hit that 2,000 limit as well. So let's go into manual, hit next. Now this is going to be called the, let me call it the size pie of interest. And we'll create that pie. So now we've got that second pie here. So The size pie of interest, so first of all I need to put £100 into this account, so we'll go into deposit, hit up the account. So once the £100 reaches this account, I'm then going to invest that into this new pie that I've created today. Now, one thing to also note at this current state of time is if we go into notifications, we can see that because of all of the craziness that's been going on this week with GameStop and AMC, etc., Trading 212 has actually currently at the moment stopped you from creating a new account because they saw such a high increase of customers trying to do that in the last week, and so they're trying to catch up and make sure that the system doesn't fall down again. But then at the same time, they've also, with those specific stocks, the GameStop and AMC, now I'm sure there's lots of other videos out there on YouTube that's explaining all of this, so I would definitely recommend you looking into them. But essentially because of those, and they've actually done it in such a way that new positions cannot be opened, but existing ones can be reduced or closed if you wanted to. And so that's obviously been a huge aspect in this last week. So it's something to just keep in note. And obviously if you haven't got an account at the moment, I'm hoping in the next couple of days or so, they'll reopen the option for new customers to join the platform again. And then you can use the referral link to set up your account at that point. Oh, and now we've got the £100 in here. Why not? Let's just add that into the pie as we're here. So we're coming into the pie, invest. I'm going into the invest portion here, putting £100 into here, and as we can see, I can confirm to buy. It's going to put this much amount in, and so it's going to automatically put this much amount into each of the different slices of the pie. And so if I hit confirm and buy, and then okay, this is now going to invest that £100. And so when the markets open again on Monday, it will actually invest all of this money for me. Now, one thing to note is, like I've always mentioned before, I'm not a financial advisor. However, this is just showing you what I'm doing with my money currently, and it's totally up to you. But I always recommend that you seek professional financial advice before investing into anything, or at least make sure that you know exactly what you're investing in. But that's it for me on this side of things. Let's just jump back into the video to announce the winner now. And now finally, the winner of the January cash giveaway. Drum roll please. RDA Silver. So I'll be contacting RDA over the next few days to arrange how to send the money to them, and to also find out the exact charity that they would like me to donate the other £25 to. Now I'll definitely be doing another giveaway sometime soon, so please let me know in the comments down below what you liked about this last cash giveaway competition, and if you would change anything. Then I can review the feedback and see if I can implement any of the changes for the future giveaways. But that's it for me today. I hope you're all utilising the great features within Trading 212, and remember, if you haven't got a Trading 212 account yet, make sure you use my referral link, which is in the description, or head over to www.ganesh.co.uk/trading212. Or if you already have an account, I'd love to know if you're using pies, and if you are, which ones are you using? So let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, head down to the red button and subscribe, and click on the bell so you get notified when my next video comes out. And as always, make sure you like the video, comment down below, and share with your friends and family. Peace and love to all of you. See you on the next video. Bye.